Hello, this is April Grace. I'm in a dining space, and today I'd like to share with you a reflection. So earlier this morning I went to confession, and at the same time there was actually a mass going on for a funeral, and so I'm in the cry room and listening to the homily, and the homily was talking about the person who had passed, and there was a point in which the priest referenced Jesus being born in our hearts, and how this, as a time of Christmas, is something we still need to focus on. And for some reason it just kind of hit me about Jesus being born in the process of birthing in our hearts. And so this is my reflection that I wrote down in my pre-confession meditation. So birth is a joyous time, a time of new life, which we typically celebrate with birthdays. But in the excitement of new life, we often forget the journey and the process of birth itself. The excruciating contractions, the wails of pain, they all seem to vanish at the triumphant cry of a newborn. But it's the journey that we should be celebrating, not just the end point. It's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's about the journey in between, the whole travel process. It's the journey that's the unsung hero of our success. That it's the rocks that we tripped over, the obstacles we climbed to get to this point. Now, if we think about a sculpture, it's just a chunk of rock. It's a chunk of rock in the beginning, and it's the chiseling, that painstaking, meticulous work, and the long, long hours of it that make it into what it is. A masterpiece, and it's the work that makes it that much more beautiful. So when the priest is talking about inviting Jesus into our hearts, in this time of letting Jesus being born into our hearts, it's about making room for him, not just for Christmas, not just for whatever season it is, but for all time, throughout the entire year, for the entirety of our lives. It's easy to just look at God and Jesus and look at the great things that he did, but that's not really what we're supposed to look at. His death on the cross, it was gruesome, it was awful. He was accused of something he didn't do, and he died for it. He was accused of our sins. He died our punishment. And it's just so beautiful. And I'm thinking back to Chris Tomlin's song, Jesus, and the chorus goes, "He walks on the water, he speaks to the sea, he stands in the fire beside me." I mean, Jesus isn't here for the times when we're happy. He's here for the times that we're sad, when we're broken, when we feel lost. And when we ask to make room in our hearts, and when we make room for Jesus to be born in our hearts, our path and our journey is not triumph. We're not walking a path of triumph here. That's the point we'll reach. It's like birth. It's not just about when the baby's born, it's about the whole process. There'll be pain, there'll be blood, there'll be the wailing and grinding of teeth, but God is there through all of it. And we need to pay attention to that. God holds the glory in all of this, and we need to journey to attain that glory, to share in that, and in all of that to find God's true peace and to rest in his favor. So I want to thank you so much for listening as I share my reflection today. I'd like to take this time to pray for the soul that we were honoring at Mass, for all the souls who have passed in 2016, to remember each of us as we go on our journey in 2017 this year, and that we grow closer to God in our own way, that we not forget his true presence in the world around us at all times. Finding God in everything, that's a big Jesuit core value, one of their little catchphrases. But yes, I just want to wish the peace of Christ with you always, and I'm my own Dei Gloriam. Thank you so much for watching.